What if the floor really was lava and you fell in? Would you painfully disintegrate in seconds, or would you emerge burned but alive to live another day? Let's take a look at the science. First things first, most cinematic portrayals of people falling into lava are totally wrong. Volcanologist Eric Clementi certainly thinks so. He wrote about the issue for Wired, noting that the death scene featuring the transit director from 1997's Volcano is particularly bad. Clementi said that there's pretty much no way something like that would happen in real life. While it might be tempting to think of lava as if it were like water, they're not the same thing, and they definitely don't behave in the same way. Water's density is around 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter. Lava, on the other hand, has a density of roughly 3,100 kilograms per cubic meter, 3 times denser. Lava is also around 100,000 times more viscous than water, viscosity being the measure of a liquid's resistance to change in movement or shape. Put those two together, and the result is that a human body, which has a density of around 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter, just isn't going to sink rapidly into lava. Nor is it true that when something hits lava, it ripples or splashes like water. Usually, it barely moves at all. While the movies might get the specifics wrong, falling into lava is going to ruin your day, and that's putting it mildly. To start, let's look at what happens when lava moves over vegetation. According to the United States Geological Survey, lava coming from Mount Kilauea, for example, has a temperature of roughly 2,100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's enough to rapidly bake organic matter, causing it to break down at the chemical level. For humans, getting so much as a limb caught in a lava flow will result in severe burning that can literally boil the fat in your body. If you don't get out quickly, the burns will penetrate into muscle tissue, causing permanent damage. And if you fall in entirely, the water in your body will actually turn into steam, while the volcanic material goes to work on your tissue from the outside, charring your skin to a carbonized black husk. There is a bright side, though. You probably wouldn't feel much pain. Volcanic gases contain enough carbon dioxide and other nasty stuff to make you pass out and die just from inhaling it.
So this is minute particles of fine-grained, hot, gas-charged glass that when breathed would literally choke someone being clogged in their windpipe.
That sounds awful, but it's perhaps for the better, because while you're floating on the lava's surface, the gases inside your organs would cause you to, well, explode. Volcanologist Adam Kent told Dig, "The basic idea is that the gases in a body would expand rapidly and probably cause a series of minor explosions." Basically, even the worst-case scenario you see in movies actually doesn't even come close to the horrifying reality. Lava accidents are rare, but they do happen. In some cases, people have survived brief encounters with molten rock, while others weren't so fortunate. One surprising case of survival took place in August 2007 at Old Donyo Langai, an active volcano in Tanzania. A man accidentally fell into an active lava flow at temperatures of 932 degrees Fahrenheit. He managed to pull himself free, but was badly burned on both legs and one arm. He may have survived because the lava at Old Donyo Langai, which is notably black in color, burns hundreds of degrees cooler than typical basaltic lava flows. Another example involves United States Geological Survey geologist George Ulrich, who in 1985 was conducting field work at Hawaii's Mount Kilauea. While collecting lava samples, Ulrich accidentally stepped onto recently cooled lava and broke through the surface. Even though he was wearing heat-resistant clothing, Ulrich ended up with first-degree burns on his arms, hands, and face, and second- and third-degree burns from his feet to his upper legs. Interestingly, he said there was no pain at all, since his nerve endings were instantly destroyed by the heat. Even just being around volcanic activity can be deadly. In April 2006, 3 ski patrol members at Mammoth Mountain in California were fencing off a vent emitting volcanic gases when the snow around it collapsed. 2 members fell in and immediately blacked out from the toxic gases. A third member of their party tried to save them, but also fell unconscious from the gases. All 3 died from asphyxiation. Volcanoes are no joke. Their raw power and lethal nature, not to mention unpredictability, make them inherently dangerous. They've caused some of the most deadly and destructive events in history, and they are truly awesome natural spectacles that captivate and demand respect in equal measure. Taking the proper precautions while being near one is literally a matter of life and death.
What a burn?
During a volcanic eruption, no matter how big or small, the U.S. Geological Survey advises using a little common sense. Namely, stay clear of lava flows, vents, and craters, as the heat and gases from these can be incredibly dangerous. The International Volcanic Health Hazard Network recommends carrying masks to protect against inhaling fine ash and wearing goggles to prevent eye irritation. If volcanic activity escalates, evacuating promptly can save your life. At the end of the day, your location will determine whether you should take shelter or run for your life. If you are going to a volcanic region, you need to make sure you're prepared with the right supplies. Again, masks and protective eyewear are vital, and carrying a first aid kit and plenty of water aren't bad precautions either. Keeping an eye out for official updates from geological agencies is another way to make sure you're aware of potential eruptions. The trick to surviving lava is to not get caught in it in the first place. By respecting volcanic environments and taking the proper precautions, you can safely experience these natural wonders without risking your life. Remember, volcanoes aren't how they're portrayed in the movies. They are far more inspiring, humbling forces of nature that reward curiosity and reverence.